I was an assistant coach under
Just a
Mark
big heads up to Kane Gibbs over there, the great man playing full forward in first. Might be coming on for a comment later on.
The beauty with Kane,
what beauty is there with Kane? There's
none. Unfortunately, I saw a 12 p.m. Facebook video which didn't have a lot of beauty in it, I can assure you, and probably I can't unsee what I saw, unfortunately, so I won't share it with the viewers. But with Kane, played in the ruck last week, and he's, particularly in the third quarter, he's just starting to move around the ground after a horrid run with injuries, and there's a good commitment for him to try and get that body back in shape, and there's plenty of body to work with there, my friend.
He's had a horrid run with injuries in the last 2 years. So we're calling now to the naked eye. The television, we've got some, as I've spoken earlier on, we've got some significant technical issues here today. We are now going live, but if I'm a little bit slow in the calling, that is my bad. I'm sorry, but I'm now calling with binoculars.
Nick Paddy.
And I can do, once I get the binoculars right, it's the speed of the calling. When you see them on the television, I can pick up the numbers and the faces easily. But on that far flank, Brad Joe picks that up in the centre. So we'll do the very best we can, but we're back live on air.
To be fair, David was hogging the TV screen, so I had to do it live the whole time.
You won't be doing this job very long if you keep up with comments like that. I'll be getting onto the phone to my the boss, Sam Zickman, very shortly. Thank you very much. The goal coming up, I would imagine.
Important goal if that has gone through for Cardiff.
Just waiting to see. I think he's actually checked out to the right. Lucas has just put one hand up there. So
he did. And I tell you what, he must have been going to the Lachlan Deverell kicking at goal score to miss one from that close, my friend.
Now, I actually mentioned to Lachlan Deverell that you'd potted him about a goal at Melsonbrook, and
he would have known which one,
He said it was a bit more than 15 metres, Coach. Thank you very much.
Yeah, 17.5 at best.
Magnificent kick, Metcalf. He has kicked that 65. It's on the centre wing. Umpire calls play on.
Quinn using his foot skills very well there. He won't even get... that is holding the ball.
Yeah, good tackle.
That's holding the ball in every day of the week competition. Very good tackle.
Out there from Lewis in 62. I need my sheets now. Koshin, Jeremy.
This is
wide.
This is impressive by Cardiff, David, because they've really just kept hamming up the pressure to Warners Bay all day, whilst behind on the scoreboard and a 34-point differential by the looks of that. They are still giving it as much as what they did in the first quarter, so hats off to the Cardiff boys.
When you see the plays that are out from last week, 5 or 6 of them, like there's Bohuni and there's a whole stack of them who can all play. They're short in first today, and this is just what happens sometimes in play. But it does finalise the finals, though.
Yes.
It finalises who is the top 6.
Yes.
I'll run through that in a minute when we get a break.
Nichols got an absolute paddock here, and the only thing he could do was trip himself up, which he nearly did.
Magnificent delivery.
Young Deverell, let's see if he uses it better than his older brother Lachlan, and absolutely pinpoint.
Robertson at centre half forward, goes off to his right.
Won't be a long kick.
Charlton Brennan in behind. Marty Ryman not happy technically. He's g'day Nats, how are you, darling? Hello. Singleton coming up on the Black Diamond women's competition at 11:55. Captain Coach Nadine McBride walking straight past us, the great lady.
Football can be a very simple game, David. As a forward, you play in front, particularly when we've got the run of the ball and it's getting put laces out in front of you.
But again,
I can hear the squawking voice of Jeremy Buckley in the background. His arms are moving around like a helicopter propeller.
And Cyril Nicol again hits Robertson Robertson goes with one hand. Anderson's in there, of course. Clark off with what we hope is a minor hammy. If he's in a major one, he's in strife, and that hurts the structure of the side. Anderson turns on his right leg, goes around the corner. Are they in front this time? They aren't. Again, they come out. Ryan.
It's coming out too easy, and that's one of the things, whether you're on top or not, you must continue to work on forward line pressure, and I don't think it's been as good as what it could be at the beginning of this last quarter.
If there was one thing I was going to... Oh, great effort! Now, instead of pushing the back, it was a superb effort, but he must have really got a handball out. Dart for mine occasionally goes to ground a bit too easily.
One of my pet hates as a coach, as I put up often to him.
And that's just an experience. I'm sure that Jacob will pick that up as he goes.
Oh, look, definitely. Look, it's his first year of footy. He's played a few cup games this year, and it's like anything. What he does listen. That is a great tackle from Metcalf. Brought back the rugby union days.
That was a proper rugby league union tackle. Stewart, who's been superb in the slot today, that's where he's played. Put a hex on him, of course. Kick coming out of there from...
Geez, that could bounce anywhere.
It could. It's gone at right angles.
And did. one Cardiff player versus 4 Bulldogs.
Oh, he's
and he's handballed
mark.
it straight to him. I think that might have gone to the left side. It did, David. So a score recap at 6-12, 48, Warners Bay to Cardiff, 2 goals free, 15. And we're 4 minutes, nearly 5 minutes into the final quarter. Look,
Stewart again, who's got a lot of touches today, and it looks like he's going to play 4 quarters, Marty Ryman, which is important for the finals.
Marty Ryman might send a message with his little runner Cade next to him to tell Jeremy to rest him for the last 10.
Going straight through there, that was Mackhart, first grade experience there. Kenny. Short ball. Over there is, I think it might have been Paddy, was it, in 27? Average looking kick comes out. It's going to end up being okay. Coaching intercepts it. It's gone 50. Square ball here. Oh, good use of the body. Really good from
Excuse
Shipley.
me for a second, Dave.
You go, mate. You go. Going to take this kick from around 50, I reckon. Driving low ball has to be in this wind. Good punch there. Play on, called by umpire Holmes. Oh, good tackle and gone. Excellent tackle there, right in the dip in defence for Warners Bay. Nickel, BOG for mine. Square to Lincoln Stewart. Down the wing goes Stewart. Not exactly graceful, the great man. That's the best kick I've ever seen him produce. That's gone 55. Willis. Got to get rid of it. He's dropped that ball clean and then got rid of it illegally. Good decision up by incorrect disposal. Koslik, a good tackle. In what appears to be a Richmond headgear. Oh, this is doing Marty what Ryman the what. We'll see the counter. Gray's got to go here. That ball might stay in. Gray a chance at the possession if he can keep. Oh, he gets stuff bundled out. Very well by Koshin, a bigger man.
It's important he goes here.
Good contest.
He did well, Mitch Rocket.
Good contest.
Quinn there. Good handball to no one in particular, unfortunately. Robinson. That is terrific. Now, Charlton Brennan needs to lead here and be in front.
He's at least made an effort to get there, but he's out of position again against Thompson. Got to sit in front, surely, even though with this, the breeze is almost non-existent at the moment. It really is perfect weather here for footy. We've been blessed this year. We've hardly had any bad weather. We have been blessed, but I always say I don't mind seeing a rainy game of football because the cream really does rise to the top in the wet conditions. You wouldn't want to be playing... if you weren't Tanguy Andrews Scott in the wet, I think you'd be in all sorts of trouble if you were playing Singleton. As one example, Connor Heswell's another one. Oh, look, definitely. And, I mean, the thing with, blokes like that is it's a real team-orientated defence that you've got to put against them. Magnificent delivery from Nickel off the outside of his right boot. He really is showing us the full array of his skill. That's a good kick. Robinson got to hold his chance and Joel Kaler has listened to his coach and got front and square, and there you go. Well done. Well narrated, Marty Ryman. Goal to Joel Kaler and in the right position. Yes. To explain to our viewers especially people that don't understand what you meant by what Kaler did there and what you've been encouraged to do. Well, I had a chat to the half forwards and wingers, the smaller guys running through, and explained to them, particularly when we're kicking with this wind, that if they time their run so they're about 15 metres in front of the contest as the ball hits, they're in a position to grab it if it comes forward, but they're also in a position to really accelerate and grab it if it drops out the back. And even if there's defenders hanging out the back, a player running at full speed and versus a defender who will be flat-footed is always going to be a win for the attacking side. And Carla was running into open pass there. He had 20 yards. So. All he had to do was pick it up, and he did that beautifully. The man mountain Carl and Schwartz in there gets the tap in front of Nick Koshin. Koshin will be thinking, why am I going up against a 6'8" beanpole, 6'8" man in plate? A dangerous play. Umpire Holmes, I thought, put his hand towards Warners Bay there. I'm not sure what's happened here. It's a Cardiff free kick. Terrific headgear, that probably looks like. It looks like Richmond headgear, which is awful. Never you support the yellow and black. Magnificent delivery. That was a beautiful. I'm sure that's Joe. If that's Joe, geez, he has a beautiful kick of the football. But I tell you what, that is within his distance. It's hard to sell because the young man's gone back a long way from the mark by the looks of it. reckon he's going to be kicking just. Oh no, he's going to be
about
kicking
40,
40 yeah.
but about 40. So to be right on him.
To get the distance.
And going for that extra. Did he kick that?
Sliced it to the right, I think.
Yes,
Marty.
sliced it to the right. So difficult end to kick goals to at the present.
Yep.
Have a look at the kick from Metcalf. That's nearly gone 55 on the fly and hit Rick Robinson on the chest.
I'm not buying land off you. That's 60 at least, 65. Robertson's been all right in the second half, actually.
Yeah,
He's done a good job over there towards Nick Green. Inside to Nickel, the quarterback. Driving ball from... that is such good football.
Look at this over the top.
And listening again, running into spaces. Campling didn't take the mark. Brennan should hold back here. And he might get a handball if he stays alive, or he hasn't gone to Shepherd. He stayed out of it and waited.
Lock it down there. And at the look, with less than 10 minutes to go in the last quarter, at 7:12:54 to 2:4:16. Warners Bay could just do well to lock it down into that forward line. I think the result's fairly safe for them now.
And as is the finals.
As is a final spot.
And just while we've got you there, if you look, chance at a snap! Charlton Brennan kicks a cracking snap over his right shoulder. Cracking snap, that's an interesting comment, David. Charlton Brennan's second goal today. Warners Bay 8-12-60, and again being front and square, Marty Ryman.
Exactly right.
Cardiff 2-4-16, with thanks to our wonderful major sponsor, the Warners Bay Hotel, Marty Ryman, and also
Steve May Financial Services. He'll like me saying that. Hopefully he just pays an extra 15 minutes attention to my super fund this week.
Yes, so look, if you look at the ladder today, you would, in the plate, you're looking, your football record's about to go. You're looking at Terrigal of Oak and Newcastle City having a week with their feet up.
Yes.
The entrance Baddo Bay to play Warners Bay and Musselbrook to play Killarney Bar. That would be two wonderful semi-finals. And the entrance, trust me, they at full strength, they're a serious unit.
Oh, absolutely they are. I've enjoyed watching their development as a football club, and they've certainly, since their time in the league, have run some wonderful players through that competition.
They have. Oh, that's a one-hand handball. It comes out somehow. Tight angle, squares it up most unselfishly. Called and play on by umpire Lucas Holmes. Oh, can he beat the tackle? He can't. Again, Marty Roman made a point earlier about Lucas Holmes. He lets him play.
Yes, I like that.
He lets him play. Oh, good mark. That's not Tony Enzer, I don't think. He's not tall enough. Oh, in fact, it's Joe, I think. Just getting the binocs right. Yep, Brant Jobe in a pocket. And I suspect that he may be getting some interest from clubs around the league if he's playing plate football.
Difficult kick from here. He is going a drop punt, so he might be on a bit better angle than what we thought. That looked like it went straight through the middle.
He's kicked that to the barbecue. Lovely goal, Brant Jobe. And again, as Marty Ryman and I have been saying, Brant Jobe is a superb technical kick of a football.
He is, and Steve May looks like he got his first stat for the day.
Indeed. He'll tell us all about it to you later on. But as I said, Brant Jobe playing in the plate is for mine bewildering. It's bewildering. Okay, and anyway, we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. Too good a football to play in this competition, with no disrespect, but Brant Jobe is one of the best 22 players in our league at full fitness, and his skills, and he came into the league side this year and did a good job, Marty Ryman.
He certainly did.
Not unlike another late player who came into a rep side, one you had a bit to do with, a man called Robert Schindler-Taylor, who played rep football at Killarney Vale one day and late and had a superb game at half-back flank, Marty.
He did, and I was talking to Chris Bishop about him the Thursday night before team selection. After the game, Chris said to me, he said 100%. He has all the attributes of a wonderful player.
Okay, so that's for Lip. I had the binoculars on the umpire there, and he's decided he had enough of a bit of Lip. Off to Koshin. Should be intercept mark there.
Well done by the young fella.
Deverell?
No, Will Scott, that is.
Will Scott, yep.
And down to Luke McKenna.
Down to McKenna. I can tell you that every time that Metcalf, McKenna and Nickel get a posse, Marty Ryman's just getting a little bit of a smile to his face. And the makeup of the Warners Bay 22 when they get to the finals, and they will make the finals in the Cup, will be very interesting for you and your committee, Marty, to see who's going to get in there, how many ruckmen you're going with, who your tall backmen are, who the half-back flankers are.
Yes.
where Jake Roach ends up at the start of the game and things like that. Daniel Gray, little short dinky kick, looks okay. Beautiful work by Koshin on Robertson. Robertson stays on his feet. It's not Robertson, actually. It's Govan.
It's Govan.
Govan. Oh, good mark as it played to Thompson. Not. Touched by the Warners Bay player in front. Beautifully read. I thought he was held without the football. Oh, give me a break.
That's possibly...
Sorry, that was holding the man.
That's one of the most unremarkable decisions I've seen this year.
Out comes Stewart, goes backward to a very familiar voice in Cyril Nicol, who will get 3 votes today. I would be amazed if anything else happened. He has been superb and going to show his quality. Long ball comes forward, Koshin's on his own, and he's playing loose in defence. He can't do any damage in there, but he can at least stop Warners Bay scoring.
Well, he can, and
late.
With 4.5 minutes,
Careful.
With 4.5 minutes to go, 8 goals, 12, 60, David, to 3-4-22. The fat lady has started to sing.
Well, look, I think if you give Jeremy Buckley an offer of that score at this time right now, they're taking it. But on paper, that Cardiff side, that's much change, was lethal. It had real danger.
Yes, yes, it did.
And now Warners Bay can start planning for the 24th of August.
Exactly right.
Which, if the planets align, Warners Bay will have 2 grades, possibly play at Maximum Armour in Rutherford, Marty, which is a good result for travel for the club. They don't have to go to. It's just around the corner, really.
And gives our wonderful bunch of supporters the opportunity to come up and watch some finals football.
Koshin in trouble. Should have been pinged in my mind.
Oh, dear, man.
How is that a free kick? That has got to be a holding the ball free kick, surely.
Of course, I will reserve judgment. The umpire's a lot closer than us, but my goodness, once you try and fend and you've had prior opportunity, that is holding the ball on Monday through to Sunday, my friend.
4 blokes tackled him, surely.
Unbelievable decision.
Into the centre. Is that Campling with the football, Marty? Same haircut as you?
Except he doesn't wear it as well as I do, David.
Okay, very good. Cyril Nicol putting on a clinic today. That would be 35 touches. Just for once he misses Gray. Wivel, who's like his brother and very fast. Gray does enough to get the stoppage.
Exactly. I have mentioned to a couple of my first graders too, David, if I ever see them run out on the field with man buns again, they will have the same haircut with me because I'll take to them at half-time with the shavers.
Yes, Marty. Marty, it's been a pleasure having you on. Have you enjoyed your commentary? I know it's something that we've spoken about before. Have you had a good time? I
have had a good time, and look, the day's been wonderful. This is actually my last day as a senior coach at Warners Bay, David, as I'm retiring from the position at the end of this season.
Daniel Gray!
Squeeze that through.
Does it?
So this has been a wonderful start to the day by the Rezzies boys, and I'm just looking forward to enjoy it as the score is 9 goals, 12, 66 to Cardiff 3-4-22.
Wish you all the best. And after your coaching, you've been a wonderful coach of this football club. I know myself, I've gained a friend, but also I've learned a lot about football and your insights into it and your history, and that you understand the culture of football, particularly South Australian football. And you and I are not that dissimilar in age, and I know of and have seen some of the players that you grew up idolising in South Australia, and I understand the mentality. And listening to you talk about how much you love your football. What I don't know is who you go for in the Sandful.
I go for Norwood, David.
I'm sorry, I've had this country before. Yes, we've spoken about the great parade and Gary McIntosh.
We have, and my father actually played with Gary's father, Dennis, in Hope Valley way back in the 60s, mate.
Was Dennis McIntosh a decent footballer as well?
Dennis was a decent footballer and also had the Gary McIntosh sidestep.
Another goal. Charlton Brennan again. Warners Bay finishing off nicely.
And we all know that Gary didn't sidestep. He just ran over like an absolute cement truck.
For those of you that don't know who we're talking about, Gary McIntosh won 2 McGarry medals playing for Norwood.
He certainly did.
Although he played football right on the edge, he was a very, very good footballer.
One of the best exponents of a handball you'll ever see.
Was he in Greg Williams' class and Simon Black's class with hands?
Absolutely he was. He could continually do a 35-metre handball and hit a bloke on the fly without any issue in traffic.
Do you think, with his body style and shape, that if the Crows had come into the competition or Port Adelaide had come in the early 80s, that he would have made a decent AFL footballer, Marty, or not?
Well, I definitely do, and as the stories went around in Adelaide, there were plenty of clubs chasing him year in, year out, right until he was into his early 30s, and it was the SANFL player retention scheme that helped keep players like that in the competition, but also the fact of his love for his mighty Redlegs.
Caleb Wivel with almost the last mark of the game. This will be the last mark of the game it's taken. It's not McKenna, who's been brilliant today in my mind. Can he finish? He couldn't from there, I wouldn't have thought. And it's actually out of bounds. It
is, David. And what draws to an end of what's been a dominant performance by Warners Bay. 22 scoring shots to 7 in any eyes is certainly a domination throughout the day and a workmanlike effort. So final scores, Warners Bay 10-12-72, defeated Cardiff 3-4-22.
On behalf of Football and Bar TV and myself and our club, sorry to see you make your announcement. It wasn't for me to just announce that on air. Good luck for the rest of the season, the finals. It was great. I hope you can join us again in commentary at some stage.
Absolutely, I will.
Yourself?
I did enjoy myself, and I won't be lost to football. I mean, my reason for a head coaching job is quite consuming in time, and with two beautiful boys growing up and one playing football now, and while another one's got interest in karate amongst other things, it's important for me as a father to be able to spend time with these boys as they've got their interests. But I'm not lost to football, David. I've said that to many people. I will help out someone in a small part somewhere, and will certainly be around the traps next year.
Well, we're more than welcome to come and join us on Bar 2. It's been my pleasure, a real honour to have such an esteemed, a bloke I've got an enormous amount of respect for. And next to me, it's been great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, David. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Good, man. Enjoy the rest of the day. On behalf of Marty Ryman, this is David Redden bidding you farewell for a few minutes. We'll be back with the AFL HCC women's fixture in about 6 or 7 minutes. See you soon.
Bye, David.